Welcome to Bitcoin Fantasy. It's time to explore NFT games. Created and developed on VICTION's interesting blockchain, we find the next project you may not be familiar with called Eternals. It's an RPG primarily focused on farming simulations with pet raising like Pokemon, available for free on mobile and desktop. Players delve into this picturesque world where they become caretakers and guardians of these legendary creatures, inspired by the popular Tamagotchi. In the other gameplay, you'll delve into farm management, where you'll create essential resources like food, toys, and special items to keep your pets happy and healthy. You'll have a series of missions to collect valuable items, grow crops on your farm, and unlock various treasures of rewards. As you explore the different maps, you can collect mystical space stones, which in this universe are sources of invaluable rewards that can help you earn more tokens. The economic system is reinforced throughout the ecosystem by its currency, EARN. This is the main token associated with the project and is useful for various in-game functions, such as purchasing items, upgrading creatures or farms, and also for streamlining internal transactions. This token can be earned by playing, completing missions, farming resources, and caring for your creatures. These Pokemon are NFTs and are a fundamental part of the entire economy. They are the heart of the game. Each creature has individual characteristics, rarities, and attributes. You can breed and improve them in-game, and if you choose, trade and sell them in the available markets. Keep in mind that these tokens are key to helping you generate more tokens. The better cared for and developed your pet is, the more likely you are to earn more coins in the different missions you will encounter. In short, this metaverse combines farming with pet collection. It's a casual video game that you might enjoy if you enjoy the genre. After this summary, we decided to try the game. The first thing we received was the message that they would give us 200 space stones simply for creating an account, a small welcome gift for all new users. To create the account, we can use an email address or, if we prefer, our Google account or a social media account. If we're crypto anarchists, we could install the wallet required for the blockchain that powers this game, the VICTION network, which probably 99% of our audience isn't familiar with. But as we discovered, we can use the Coin98 wallet, which most of the audience probably won't be familiar with either, but that's how we learn. It turned out that the 2,000 coins they were giving away weren't really a gift. Because they're locked, to unlock them, it tells us we need to upgrade our account. To do so, we'd at least have to buy an NFT. A Pokemon that costs $50, so the supposed welcome promotion was a visual deception from our point of view. We'll later see if there's a way to buy this NFT on a secondary market for a cheaper price. For now, we're going to play the game to test its mechanics. The game is available for both Android and iOS phones, and we can also play it on computers directly from the browser without having to install any apps, which is a positive. The game has two main mechanics. One is managing our farm. With this, we can collect resources, get food, and other items that we'll use to care for our pets. The following happens. Each action consumes an amount of energy, which is not infinite. We only have a maximum of 100 energies. It recharges every minute, but it is quite limited. We must think carefully about how we will spend this energy. Because we will need many objects to keep our pet happy. We will need food, which we get by catching some animals, but we will also need medicine for when they get sick, soaps to bathe them, and also toys to play with our pets and keep them entertained at all times. This is why it will remind you a lot of Tamagotchis. Basically, you have to be attentive all day long to keep them as happy as possible. It won't be easy in free mode, as we already warned. We've reached the part of the video where we know most people are interested. You might find these pets adorable, but everyone wants to know how you can make money here. The main way, according to our research, is by getting so-called space stones. It's possible to earn free cryptocurrency in the game, because these space stones can be obtained by playing and at the same time exchanged for the C98 coin, the same one from the wallet we mentioned earlier and which is already listed on the market. This coin currently has a price of around 5 cents and is available on several popular networks besides VICTION. We can find it on BNB Chain, Ethereum, Matic, or Solana. The historical performance of this coin is disastrous, but as we've repeated several times, It's not the price that matters, but the amount of currency we can get by farming. While playing for free, don't think you'll earn too much either. You already know how this game works, and it's a game that's been open for years, which means its golden weeks of maximum farming are surely behind us. With a little luck, maybe we can get some free dollars, but not too many. If we decide to invest, the profit margin increases quite a bit, as is logical. The minimum investment we could make would be to buy a base pet that costs $5. Another option would be to go directly to secondary markets. This one is called Dagora and would be similar to OpenSea. Here we can buy any Pokemon we want according to their rarity level. We can find creatures from $1 to a current average maximum of $600. These would be the rarest ones, here called futuristic, and the ones that produce the most tokens. On screen, you'll see how many space stones each creature produces per day based on its rarity level. Then, you'll have to convert these stones into the current Eternal's primary currency, ETR, which is already listed on the blockchain. You could look up the cost of each pet and calculate how much you'll earn, but there's something you need to consider first. For each creature to start producing tokens, you first need to buy items called Mind Stones. Each Mind Stone costs $10, and depending on the rarity level, you'll need more or less to enable token production for a period of 60 days. Because we know it can be confusing, we decided to save you all those calculations and personally ran some equations to average out what the earnings would be. If you need to, you can pause the image. You should evaluate some details. For example, the amount each creature produces is within a range, so it's not a fixed value. It can produce a minimum and a maximum amount. If it produces a minimum amount every day, then you would be losing money on your investment in the 60 days that each Mind Stone lasts. But in theory, it's impossible for you to always produce the minimum amount, and if your pet is happy, it should produce more. We haven't confirmed this, but it should be that way. So in the second table you're seeing on the screen, we're assuming that each day will produce the average between the minimum and maximum. These are approximate data, but if we value it that way, the ROI for any Pokemon rarity would be from 40 days to about 55 days. For example, if we buy the cheapest one, we would be spending approximately $21. We'll be producing about 50 cents every day. We would be producing about $15 per month. In a period of about 42 days, we would already recover our investment. If we buy a mythical creature, we will need around $290. A day we will produce more than $5. A month it would be about $160. The ROI is recovered in about 50 days. And when the time of the Mind Stone is over, we would be generating a total of $340, which would represent a profit of about $50 in 2 months for each mythical pet. All of these calculations obviously depend on coin prices. If they remain stable, these should be the profits. If they fall, they will be less, and if they rise, we will obtain more profits. As always, do your own research. We believe we've done enough research to give you a fairly clear idea of how this project works. Now it's your turn to decide whether you want to invest or play this game for free. If all the information was useful to you now, you can click like, subscribe, and activate the bell so you don't miss upcoming free NFT games, airdrops, raffles, DeFi investments, and much more content that we work on daily. Write your comments below because we always read them. It is time to say goodbye, wishing you profitable investments or knowledge, and remember that if you have a Bitcoin fantasy, you should join us.